My name is Jen, and I am on a journey in order to break free from the destructive patterns of disordered eating and in order to embrace a nourishing lifestyle. My roadmap can be described using an acronym of the word Nourisher. So I'm doing daily video blog posts in order to encourage you, equip you, and keep you up to date on my progress. If this content is helpful or encouraging to you, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing with others. It is my deep desire that these videos would help to ignite nourishing transformations in us all. Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking in. It is so great to have you with me. I'm going to dive into my Nourisher acronym check-in, where of course we start with the letter N. The letter N stands for Notice My Emotions. So I was reminded in this one group that I was in, we used to always start with an emotions check-in, and the leader said, if you are a mom, we just assume you're tired. So tired doesn't count as an emotion. So I would like to check in right now that I'm tired, but maybe that doesn't count. So, but thinking I'm tired, it's going to make me yawn, and maybe I made you yawn too. So, but I am feeling sad. I feel sad. I notice it in my head. It feels heavy. My throat feels a little bit tight. My chest feels kind of, just sad. I had the opportunity to go into opening up to others. I had the opportunity to meet with my counselor tonight and was able to unpack he's just so good at helping me unpack and look at different dynamics and just to be with me in unpacking and in discovering some of those things. So that was a really wonderful, not always easy, but wonderful experience. But let me camp out at understanding the cycle a little bit. I'll try not to fall asleep on you. So understanding the cycle, let me back up. So today was a wonderful day in that I had a wonderful experience where I was able to go on a date tonight with my husband. Yay! Of course, because of COVID realities, it has been an extremely, extremely long time since we actually got out together on a date in the evening. But we left right after work this afternoon and went for a lovely walk. We live up in the mountains, and I hadn't been to the town in the valley recently. And I realized that when we got there that their hydrangeas are in bloom, and hydrangeas are my favorite flower. So we went for a wonderful walk and enjoyed the hydrangeas and had a great talk. And then we drove to a nearby lake and walked around the shores. And so it was just really lovely. And then we had supper. So this is where, please forgive me. This is where understanding the cycle comes in that, of course, I'm so much more aware right now of what my typical response would be, or where I would typically have urges and cravings, or I'm more aware right now of the urges and cravings when they come up. So we had this lovely meal, this really big, beautiful meal, and almost always after we have this meal, I mean, like no one is hungry after this meal. It's practically impossible. Of course, it's not impossible, but we shouldn't be hungry after this meal. But I always have really, really high sugar cravings after this meal. And I've always, not really thought too much about it. But it's a special place that we go. And so after we're leaving, I'm having, in the car, having sugar cravings and just, kind of letting those urges come and watching them go and not thinking about it too much. And then all of a sudden I realized that I had this overwhelming feeling of sadness and grief, and even tears started to come up. And I thought, here I've had this beautiful afternoon, this wonderful day with my husband, and it was a gift from loved ones who come to be with our kids, and here I'm feeling sad, and I was trying to think, be present with the sadness and think, why am I feeling sad? Am I sad that it's over? Am I sad? But you know what, as I thought about it, as I was able to unpack it tonight, it's a familiar feeling. It's a familiar feeling for me at the end of something good. So much so that when I was a kid, I wouldn't read books. I mean, I was never a super strong reader, but I wouldn't read books because they finished, they ended, and those people went away and they weren't part of my life anymore. The only books that I would read would be series like Anne of Green Gables or the Babysitter Clubs, or series that I knew I was going to continue to encounter those people, and then I just wouldn't read the last book in the series. But yeah, just this deep sense of sadness, but also this sense of am I enough? Maybe it's that shame question. I find the shame question for me is always kind of like two sides of the same coin. One saying, am I enough? And the other side saying, am I too much? You know? And so some of those questions stirring, and some old familiar questions stirring. So what I thought was so interesting about that was that I was able to feel the emotion instead of just getting hung up by the craving. So that was hard, but really good, I think. Normally, I think I would have been distracted by the craving and not actually turned into the emotion and welcomed it. And then I was actually able to share the emotion with my husband to say, like, I'm really feeling a lot of sadness come up right now. And he was really gentle to ask questions about it and to be curious. Curiosity is such a gift that we give each other. And if you're walking with somebody through this journey of becoming a nourisher, I just encourage you to give them the gift of curiosity, to give them the gift of your presence, of your attunement, and your curiosity. Not like they're putting them on trial, like they have to defend themselves, but just asking questions. What's that like? What does that feel like? Tell me more about that, is such a gift. So he gave me that gift tonight, and we were able to talk through it a little bit. So it was great. So I'm, I have not had anything sweet, even though I've been, desiring it, and have been trying to let those emotions hang out with me instead. So all that has left me very tired. But the rewiring my brain part, happened during our date today, of just enjoying taking in the beauty of like these hydrangeas were like just rows and rows of them. They're so full and blue and purple, and I just delight in that so much. So that was definitely just a beautiful part of rewiring my brain, was to enjoy that together with my husband today, and enjoy just having my hand in his and walking. That was so special. And then the insulin friendly eating was good. Now, restaurant eating, of course, those of us who are walking through journeying to be nourishers instead of be ruled by our patterns of disordered eating, we know that eating out in restaurants can be really tricky. And even though I knew that this restaurant had healthy choices, I know that I have made very bad choices there over and over and over again in the past. So I did need to verbalize those choices at the beginning of the meal to help my husband help me make choices that were in line with my values, that were going to help me still feel physically and mentally good at the end of the meal and tomorrow. So voicing that out loud, saying there's particularly one thing on the menu, the place we were tonight, that I typically, start the meal saying I won't order, and then order, one if not more, throughout the meal when I'm in a binge pattern. And tonight I just said right up front, I won't be eating that tonight because that doesn't make me feel my best. And it was no problem. I didn't notice it. And he even ordered one, and I didn't struggle with that, so that was really great. So insulin friendly eating went well today. I did not eat enough earlier on in the day. I'm more grazed, so by the time lunch came, I was pretty hungry, but did sit down and have a proper lunch, so that was good. Sleep last night was not disruptive, which was great, and was longer. I did go to sleep right after I checked in with you last night, so that was great. I'm going to do the same tonight. And hydration, here's my hydration cup. Hydration I don't think went very well today. Again, I'm in this work mode, and just forgetting or not prioritizing sitting to hydrate, but not doing it purposely, not purposely trying not to hydrate, not purposely trying to overhydrate in order to suppress hunger cues, but just wanting for the values of what helps me to feel my best. I want to be hydrating more, especially as I'm just really wanting to be focused on improving my gut health. I want to be hydrating more for that reason. So you can remind me of that, please. Exercise was great. Again, I had that beautiful walk with my husband tonight, and my reward tonight is going to be a good night's sleep. Yes. So I hope that you have, it sounds so weird that the reward, for a reward to be to genuinely feel emotions like sadness. But that's, for me to be able to genuinely feel an emotion as strong as sadness or grief, that dates back to early childhood memories, rather than stopping and getting an ice cream cone or indulging in chocolate or anything sweet at all. That feels like I'm already embracing the rewards, because that's really that's progress for me. And so I hope that you can celebrate those little progresses and the things that feel like big steps forward too. I am definitely, don't know about you, but I am celebrating them for you and with you. So I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you have a wonderful time doing whatever you're doing next in your day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.